What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. Hey, no hot takes, none of that stuff when it comes to the world of sports. Glad to be here tonight. Glad everybody's tuning in. It's another Thursday night for the Sports Chasers Podcast. Hey, want to introduce the crew. Going to left to right of my screen. I start with D-Dub. D-Dub, what's up this evening? How are you, my brother?
What's up? Sports Chasers Podcast Thursday night. Hey, man, a couple things to get in. AFC, NFC Championship coming up this weekend, man. So, looking forward to that. What's up, fellas?
Got you, man. Doing good, man. Doing good. Like D-Dub said, we got the N.F.L. talk. We got N.B.A. talk. MLB Hall of Fame list was announced. We'll do some hockey, and we'll get into it today. So appreciate all those that are watching as we speak. Those that have jumped in the comments, thank you. We appreciate it. Hey, my man Lackey, what's good, brother? Thank you. Good evening. Yes, the toxic guy is not with us tonight. He is. He's not with us tonight. Yes. Hey. Appreciate you, brother, for turning in, man. We're going to get into the new Panther coach here in a little bit, but we got to cover a few things before we go in. But like I said, appreciate everybody tuning in. We got the Angry One. What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
What's going on, Sports Chasers family? How y'all doing? We are back live, better than ever. Y'all see the merch coming to y'all soon, man. Let's go.
That's right. You see the merch? Look, my man E got on our official colors, the black and the pewter and the red. Yo, looking good. I got the throwback.
Hottest thing out this summer, be it ain't even here yet. I'm telling y'all.
That's right. I got the throwback on. Yes, we got on throwback logo. This is our first logo we used when we first started. We got this, the black and white edition. But like if you're looking at the screen, you got DW has his hoodie on. E has his hoodie on. Hey, you'll be able to purchase it real soon. Just to support us. If you like what's going on here on our channel, hey, appreciate it. Just hit us up. Thanks up, for what's going on. We got the DA. Hopefully he'll be able to join us tonight. Mike Mills will be with us shortly. But hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in and coming to holler at us, man. But like I said, we got a lot of things to get into tonight. Sports wise, this is the Sports Chasers. Hey, we'll start with Major League Baseball. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The National Basketball Association. Yes, the N.B.A.
Okay.
Why is he laughing? You have on. Let's just talk about what's the obvious here. The LeBron James watch. According to Yahoo Sports, LeBron James superstar is chasing the regular season all-time scoring record held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar scored 38,387 career points and has held the record since 1984, 8 months before James was born. James is 158 points from claiming the record. His career scoring average is 27.2 points per game, with his 2022-2023 season average at 29.9 points per game, all at the age of 38. I threw that in. At this season's pace, James will set the record on February 7th against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center. I can't get used to this name. He is well on his way to becoming the all-time leader scorer before the All-Star break, which starts on February 17th. I'll start with the angry one. Anything about this record that the great one will be breaking? Your thoughts?
Oh, you mean LeBron James?
Yeah,
You said the
LeBron.
great one. That kind of threw me off when you said that. I just wanted to make sure we was talking about the same people. Yo,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yo, all jokes aside, yo, LeBron James. We know this guy is one of the best. Um, one of the best to do it. Um, point blank, plain and simple. Yo, man, it's inevitable. I mean, the man's played this long, no major injuries. Um, and he takes care of his body, man. And he's still doing it at the age of what is he? 38, 39,
Yes, 38.
38,
Mm-hmm.
38. Yeah, man. I mean, yo, man, it's quite a feat. And that's all I have to say about the record. But let's talk about the record that really means something to team sports is the record of the Los Angeles Lakers. They are 23-26. I'm done.
Okay. D-Dub, and we're making a point. We emphasize that we talk about who's in the hunt and not emphasize who's not in the hunt. So yes, the Lakers are not very well this season. I think they're 4 or 5 games out of first place. I mean, not out of first place. No, out of the
They're in
last playoff
13th
spot.
right now.
They're in 13th, right? Yes.
Yep.
So, D-Dub, your thoughts on LeBron James getting close to the record, all-time record?
What can I say? LeBron James is doing LeBron James, man. He's been in the league. He's been what 20 something? Was it 20 years now?
No, 20 years, correct?
Yeah, 20 years. I mean, he should be. You know, he's been ordained as the great one, the king, the king and I. He's been all that. So congratulations to him. I you're talking to a guy who now is I'm LeBron James out. Um, I'm quite
Could you
sick of the
could you
guy.
elaborate? Could you elaborate? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm quite sick of the guy, to be honest with you. Um, I don't know why we are talking about it other than the record. And the record is nice, but you know what? Like the angry one alluded to, the record of 23-26 is what I'm talking about. They're 13th in the West. I don't know why we even they're on TV just about every night. You understand what I'm saying? So I really don't understand, and we're still not focusing on the rest of the teams. Same teams on TV every night. That's why I don't
What
even
you
watch
say
it.
this about Cal Ripken when he was breaking the streak for Iron Man?
Sure
Cal
was.
Ripken. Yeah, Cal Ripken. I don't even believe he. Every once in a while, you would catch him. When he was on that streak to break the record. But again, we was saying that, to be honest with you, because at that time Baltimore sucked.
True that.
Nothing really changed. They sucked, and we wasn't really, other than the Iron Man. That's nice, but at the end of the day, they sucked. So we really wasn't. Um,
They wasn't
it's a
they
record.
wasn't a Sunday night game every night.
No,
The
they wasn't.
Orioles.
They wasn't on the Sunday. Come on, man, stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The real thing again, the record of the LA Lakers is 23-26. You got what we should be talking about is the load management that the NBA has throughout the league. People sitting down, and people have a problem with analysts saying that these guys are stealing money. I mean, you could play semantics if you want to, but the reality is that when a hardworking man who's a thousandaire, he's not a millionaire or a billionaire, he's a thousandaire, and he's spending his money and expects the player to be there, said player to be there, and he's not there. That's a problem. And again, I've been one saying it that they need to cut these games down and go to 50. If you don't want to play, or we're so concerned about injuries and all this thing, we need to cut the games back to 50, 60, whatever you want to do, but we need to cut the games down.
Every week I tune in, you are doing NBA slander. When will it stop?
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until they stop. It's not going to stop until they stop. And when they stop, I might come back. But as of right now, I will not spend a dime on an NBA package, an NBA product, except this is the last thing I got. That's about it. Go ahead, E.
Go ahead, E.
I
just
wanna
a
say,
comment from V-Lac. V-Lac, as you can see on the screen, he said the king of no defense league.
Hey, there you go.
There you
Like
go.
said it best, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm
V-Lac.
gonna just say this. I'm gonna look into this camera, and I'm gonna be very, very, very clear. To everybody's watching. We're not up here trying to post propaganda and feed y'all where everybody else is feeding y'all. We're trying to give y'all some healthy calories here, some herbs and some spices and stuff that's good for the soul. Why don't we talk about how well the Denver Nuggets are playing at 34-15, the Grizzlies at 31-17. Oh, and by the way, the same team that's in the Los Angeles Lakers division, who is never on TV, the Sacramento Kings, who's 27-20, who's third in the West. But yet, we lead off with the great King and I, LeBron James, and his record that he will break sooner than later, unless he just retires from the league. It's inevitable. Let's talk about it when he does break it, and then we can move on and not talk about him no more because his team is not doing shit. That's all. Just saying.
Okay. Mike Mill has joined us. Mike, how are
Mike
you,
Millie.
sir?
Millie,
What's up?
what's going on?
What up?
Chilling.
Chilling. Okay. Are you ready to jump into this double Dutch road, or do I need to give you 2 more minutes?
Nah, man. We talking about LeBron.
We're talking about the record. We're talking about the record.
I mean, records are meant to be broken. He's finna break it, and cool. Congratulations.
Okay.
I mean, shit. I mean, what else can I say? I mean,
I love it. And this is the
what do I
youngest in
always
charge,
say?
ladies and gentlemen.
What do I always say?
One of the older
Listen,
heads.
listen.
He's the youngest in charge.
At his worst, he's top 10. You know what I'm saying? At his worst, he's top 10. At his ceiling, he like top 5, top 3. You know, what is there really to talk about? I mean, he's been playing long enough. He got the numbers. You know, so he finna break it, and congratulations. I'm glad that he's number 2 now. He beat that nasty man that we're not gonna talk about, but you know, so cool. Shout out to Braun. And the Lakers is trying. I mean, the West is like packed right there. So I'm not even talking bad about the Lakers. We're gonna talk about bad about the Lakers. We talk about street clothes, but that's Daryl's job. So we ain't gonna talk about street clothes.
Street clothes. Who hasn't played in a couple weeks? Got hurt again.
Right, he came back out.
He got hurt again?
Yeah, he scored 20 and broke his ankle. Done. Back out there.
Are you sir? Oh my God.
You know that's paper legs, Davis.
You know what?
Man.
No, I am.
It's nothing to say, E. Stop. Don't even do it to yourself. Go ahead, Kev.
A couple other notes with the NBA. Dame Lillard, he dropped 60 last night against the Jazz. I just want to point out that the guys are shaking their head.
Empty calories.
Like might say this too. If you notice, there's a lot of 50, 60 point point games coming from these guys.
This shit is not even impressive no more, Kev. And it can't just be me.
It's not.
Remember when scoring 50 meant something?
Exactly. Thank you.
Mike Mills.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Nobody else does. Remember when being 50, scoring 50 mattered? Remember that?
50 meant something, 60 meant something. When Kobe could score 81 that night, it was like, wow. But now we do it every day. And it's like, oh my God, look at this great feat. And I'm like, no, because nobody's playing defense. And everybody's jacking up 3-point shots. And that's it. Say what you want. Say what you want.
Shout out to the guys that's making threes. That's all I got. I mean, you making them.
Shout out to the guys that are making threes. Yes.
You making them with no hands in your face. I mean, it's a 3-point contest.
Kev, I think he was being facetious, man. I don't think he
Yeah, he caught me. I was like,
yeah. Kev, he caught you, right?
Yeah. Got him,
bro. Seriously, all jokes aside, we do have an NBA correspondent, and Ryan D'Souza. Ryan will be on in a couple weeks to give us some more NBA stuff. Look out for the NBA. They have the All-Star game. They said they changed the All-Star game format. If you're into it,
To what?
Regular season game. That's all we're doing with the best players from each team.
To
That's all
what,
we do.
man?
It's a regular
I
season
mean,
game. There's
I mean,
no.
come
What
on,
is the
man.
difference? What's the difference? Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. What?
I'm sorry.
And these people get up here on TV and they act like, yo, this is. I'm
Hey,
like, it's got to be me.
let me
Nah.
just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
To all those that are watching, listening, thank you for tuning in. If you love
Yes.
the NBA, continue to love the NBA. We are guys from the old school that love old school basketball. Doesn't mean that every game has to be in the 70s and the 80s. The last time I checked, defense meant effort, and we only seen half-ass basketball, in my opinion.
Facts.
So I'll leave it with that.
I'll read this and then we're going to move on. With more than half of the 2020, this is from Yahoo Sports again from Jack Maloney. Season of books, the NBA All-Star game is approaching. It's time to name the starters for the league's mid-season exhibition game. Those stars will be determined by a vote divided amongst fans, 50%, media, 25%, players, 25%. And on Thursday, those starters were announced on TN10 with an assist from the accounting firm Ernst & Young with 2 guards and 3 front court players coming from each conference. The following 10 players have been selected. And then, they go down the list. Just because the players are selected by conference doesn't mean teams are divided that way anymore. For the 6th consecutive year, the leading vote getter in each conference will draft their teams. And for the 6th consecutive years, LeBron James is captain of one of the 2 teams. His counterpart, Giannis Antetokounmpo, for the 3rd time as he was named the game's 2nd captain. So that's pretty much the new format with the NBA, man. So the guys are rolling their eyes.
Nah, hold up. I fake like it now because they picking them in front of each other now. Like they on the court picking them. It ain't over Zoom no more. So if you the last one picked in the gym, welcome back to high school. Yeah, so I'm kind of liking that one.
Right, as they should. Because remember, they used to do it behind closed doors. Well, I said, why don't you put it out there?
Nah, I like it now. Yeah, while you standing there too, it ain't none of that Zoom. Remember, because Harden and Giannis had their little hissy fit. Now they actually doing it in front of each other. I like this. I actually like this. I ain't gonna lie. That's all right. The game is still gonna suck, but at least they picking it.
Okay, I was just about to ask you.
Oh no, you know I was going there. Come on now, you know I'm a realist.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Hey, shout out to all those that are watching tonight, man. Appreciate the viewership tonight. Appreciate that.
Yo, shout out to what's my man Marlon in there?
Yeah, my man Marlon Quadrado, man. Appreciate you, man. He said we sound. I'm gonna put it up there again. Go ahead.
Hey, tell him. Hey, I got one more old man thing right here from my main man Charles Barkley, who said, "Quote: I cannot wait for these owners to put their foot in their asses in the next CBA." That's where I'm at too. I said it was coming. It's coming. You watch.
Could you
lock these
elaborate
asses
on
out.
what Charles said?
Well, he's in essence he was talking about the load management and these guys not playing. Some of these guys fake hurt. Some of these guys just collecting the money, and not playing. So he was alluding to that, and the NBA is going to get tired of just giving on the 15th and the 30th giving out these checks, and these guys are not playing. So just know that when this CBA is coming up, that there will be a lockout of some sorts. So just be prepared. So enjoy it now. You know what I'm saying? And for these guys who did this, who's not even caring about the guys coming behind them, like Mike did, like Larry, like Magic did for these guys that's receiving all the benefits now. They forget about all that stuff. And now they're not even taking care of the people that's coming behind them. And this is what we're going to have. It's going to be essentially the guys that's coming up are going to suffer the consequences of what's going on now. Just word to the wise.
I would like to add though that to add on to these players, it's about time that the owners, if they do anything, that's partly their fault too for allowing this shit to go on. So
it's 100%.
if you But just one thing that DA always tell us: owners own, players play. I guess halfway, and coaches coach. And I mean, there's a lot of this shit that don't add up. B, you got coaches that can't coach because they make less than the players. You got the man. Never mind.
Listen, no. Them not being able to coach don't got nothing to do with player salary. That got.
Oh no.
Just
I'm
it.
just saying.
Not know how to coach.
Well, that too, but you still have some coaches that was given the opportunity to coach. Don't even know if they can coach because the players are telling them what to do. So
I don't. Agree.
I didn't think we was actually.
I don't agree completely with the way the NBA is going, but I ain't with them. Just for the record, I don't want the owners to own nothing. They jack up enough stuff. So, did y'all see what Stan Van Gundy said on Twitter a couple weeks ago? You see that with him?
I put it on this last week. Yes.
See, I wasn't here last week. I was on my business. No management.
Yeah. You and Dan is tonight. Now go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and elaborate what Stan Van Gundy
like what Stan Van Gundy was saying about like the training staff. Like that don't got all this money and all this new technology, and players is getting hurt way worse than back then. Like so. Yeah, the owners got their ways about them, but I understand it to a point with the load management. I don't think you should sit every damn game because your ankle a little sore. Like, that's crazy, but it got to be a balance. They just need to find balance. Somebody need to sit in the middle of them and put a foot in both their asses because everybody's fucked up, honestly.
I agree. I agree, Mike. There needs to be some balance. If you want to be all totally honest, the NBA is an entertainment value, and you spend a lot of money to go to an NBA, from the parking to purchasing your ticket,
the food,
to
the beer,
food, beer, everything.
You get wrestling on the sideline now. You see Shannon Sharp, you got WWE in the middle of the game, so they provide it.
Yeah, that's
Mike Mills. That's for the Cloud
Shout
podcast.
Out to Shannon Sharp, man. Shout out to you, sir. I would love to do an interview because boy, oh boy.
And so with Ed Reed, but Ed Reed looking for him.
You need a little WWE.
Nope.
No, Kev, I'm just saying. Ed Reed is looking for this man.
On the screen, players get hurt from flopping. Mic drop.
There you go, V-Lac. Appreciate you.
They get hurt flopping in wrestling too. Them don't be injuries. They be on. They know they about to get suspended or a drug test coming up. You know the game.
Yeah,
true.
It's fantastic. D style.
Yeah, the NBA is fantastic. Remember that campaign slogan for the NBA? Fantastic. NBA is basically low management these days, and like I said, you go to the game. Me and Mike Mills went to the game back here in what was it? Right before
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
The parking, buying the $10 mini pizza, the beer,
with the hard cheese,
the hat. You want to buy something, whatever. You are out a grip before you leave whatever NBA arena you're at. So it's a lot. I think, like Mike Mills said, there needs to be some balance. Yes, if you're hurt, I get it, man. But
and just to be clear, I'm not talking about the guys like Kevin Durant. The guys who
are legitimately hurt. Yes,
legitimately hurt. We talk about the guys that I still don't know what's wrong with Kawhi Leonard. Why he's on So if you want to say names, that's who. Yeah, I'm saying names. Kawhi Leonard. I don't understand what's the problem.
Oh, remember they was touting him as being like one of the greats. Well, how can you be one of the greats if you never perform on Broadway?
Well, he'll never. Yes, exactly.
But when he do perform, it's a title every time.
Mike, I get you, man, but geez,
every time.
Well,
I don't know about every time because every time
you might as well give him a seasonal contract then.
Yeah, I mean you can deal with him. He's a contract killer. That boy's an assassin. Every time he get healthy, look, the Warriors had to break his ankle to get him out of there because he was cooking. He cooked the Warriors when he was on the Raptors. He cooked Braun and them. If he wasn't so young, he'd have got Braun the first time. That man,
well, I'm not going to count that Raptors joint because those guys was hurt.
I don't want his shit because the Cavaliers was hurt when they beat the Warriors. When Warriors beat him the first time.
No. When was it? Durant went out.
Durant went
Durant and
out, and then
Clay. Yeah.
Clay went out.
Come on, I'm not gonna get it. He
LeBron was
got it.
out
I
there. No
mean,
Kyrie.
he got it.
I know what Diddy is saying, but I mean, you beat the guys. I mean, the Raptors ain't have nothing to do with it. I mean, but
No,
Exactly.
it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
yeah,
But I'm just
Listen,
saying.
nobody was
You know.
saying that when
yeah.
Braun was out there getting beat on by himself. No Kyrie, no
Oh no!
center.
Whoa! He's
He
the
had
king.
Mozgov looking like
Oh no, he's the
he
king.
had
Stop.
Mozgov out there looking like Dwight Howard out there.
Well, he
15 and
says
15
he makes
games.
everybody better. That's what
That's what you
the
do.
word. He makes everybody
Oh,
better. So
man.
Yeah. Listen, we
that's
gotta
what he
move on.
said.
We gotta move on. We spent way too much
Yeah,
on
way
this.
too much.
It's fantastic. We gotta talk about it.
Right.
We gotta talk
We
about
never
it.
talk about the NBA. We always skim them, right? Look, they're giving their due diligence. Remember, it's after Martin Luther King Day. All right, so yeah.
Shout out to the Sacramento Kings, man. Y'all keep doing your thing, man.
Shout out
From
to
the
y'all.
Kings
Shout out to
Martin
Mike
Luther
Brown because he
King.
don't get no burn nowhere else on no radio
Well,
He
station.
finally learned how to coach. It took him 20 years.
Wow. Let me go on to Major League Baseball. Shout out to the guys. That was a funny segment with the NBA, man. Shout out to my main man Ryan D'Souza, man, who's our NBA contributor. Ryan will be on here probably in the next 2 weeks. So like I said, let's go on to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. Let me read this here from my main man Chris Wick of Yahoo Sports. It took 6 tries, but St. Louis Cardinals great Scott Rowland is headed to the Hall of Fame. Rowland received the news that he will be enshrined in Cooperstown on Tuesday. He's the only member of the 2023 Hall of Fame class voted in by the Baseball Writers Association. Rowland barely got in, receiving 76.3% of the vote. Players need 75% of the vote to be enshrined in Cooperstown, a threshold Rowland cleared by 5 out of 389 votes. Rowland's candidacy took a few years to materialize. In first year of eligibility, he received just 10.2% of the vote, yada, yada, yada. So basically, reading this article and just letting the folks know out there, Scott Rowland got it, and also Fred McGriff got in. Those that failed to get in to the Hall of Fame was Alex Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez, Manny Ramirez and Alex Rodriguez. You had Andrew Jones, who played with the Braves and a little bit for the Yankees, and Astros closer. He also pitched for the Mets and the Phillies. Billy Wagner, only getting 51% of the vote, and he got 68 last year. And then you had Jeff Kent, who played for the Mets, also failed too. But Fred McGriff, who was on a special committee in December, he got voted on. So him and Scott Rowland will be enshrined in Cooperstown. I'll start with E. Your thoughts on this selection? What you think about Scott Rowland? Go ahead.
To be honest, and I don't want to sound like that guy, but I'm gonna just sound like that
Sounds
guy.
like it.
It sounds like they just did Scott Rowland a favor. It's like, you know what, we tired of seeing your name. Let's just go ahead and get you in here, so you ain't gotta. I guess I don't fully understand how this works, like how long these guys are eligible and all this other stuff. Because like, I'm just like, again, we talked about the Hall of Fame before, and I guess every sport is different. But if you don't have that impact when your name is called, when I hear your name, if I have to sit and think what team you played with and all this other stuff, you just not it for me. Just that's just me. That's just me. Obviously, the MLB got a totally different way of doing stuff, and I'm sorry to all the diehard baseball fans if I sound ignorant. That's just how I feel about it. So, and with that being said, Fred McGriff. He played on a lot of great teams. Congratulations. I mean, I don't know what else. I will say this, though. I seen an interesting stat line comparing Andrew Jones to the great, oh God, I forgot his name. COVID did it. What's my man out in center field for the Angels?
Trout.
Currently, right now,
Yeah, Trout. Thank you, Mike Trout.
Trout. Yes.
If you look at these numbers, they're awfully similar. Awfully similar. But everybody swears out, at least the purists, Mike Trout is a first ballot Hall of Famer. But Andrew Jones can't get in. But we'll cross that bridge when all of that happens. But
So
congratulations to these guys, man. You just don't blow me away. I hear your name, Fred McGriff. I got to put the stink face out, man. But no shade thrown. You obviously had a great career. You're in the Hall of Fame, but you don't move me.
So let me interject here, E. So when you think of Hall of Famer, so I got Marlon's quote up here. He says, "I don't know his numbers like that, but Roland didn't feel like a Hall of Famer." And I'm with Marlon on this because I was like, all right, Roland was a good player. He played with the Phillies, and then going back to what DA said. So all my baseball heads out there, Mark Grace, same position, had better numbers than him, and Mark Grace can't get no love. And I think Mark Grace probably should be in too if we're going to go through this criteria. But the problem with the Hall of Fames now, especially the National Football League Hall of Fame, also, it looks like we're immortalizing people who, how can I say this? It needs to be levels to it. Like I think Dion said that. I think D-Dub said it too, man. It needs to be what D-Dub, what was your
Hey man,
your thought?
They need a
go by
platinum
jackets,
jacket.
platinum jackets, man. Scott Rowland. I look at his numbers now, bro. I mean, I remember him playing, but again, like E said, I've said this in the past. Mike, all of us have said certain things. It got to move me. You got to be like, it's got to be something. And Scott Rowland played good with Philadelphia. 97 to 2002. I think 96. He was a rookie of the year, 8-time Gold Glove, 7-time All-Star. I mean, he had a good career. Silver Slugger, won the chip. I don't know. If he gets in the Hall of Fame. Just walks right in. Not to me. I think if everybody else got to wait a while, I'm looking at everybody else. I understand A-Rod. You don't want to do it because of the steroids. Manny.
Same thing with Manny.
Come on, man. I mean, if you looking at these guys, man, come on. Scott Rowland, you still waiting too. Get out of here. That's how I see.
Yeah, I feel like
Versus
teams
Manny
should step in.
Ramirez.
Manny. If you want to talk about, go ahead, Mike.
You know why I know Manny and A-Rod, like the asterisk.
Yeah, we know that.
We got it.
Yeah. That's understood. But over Jeff Kent, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I remember Jeff Kent. I remember that.
Absolutely.
So I
Jeff
just had
Kent
to go back.
was
Yeah, that's one of them names.
Jeff Kent.
So I went back and I had to look again at his stats just now. And I'm like, oh hell no. And then Andrew Jones, you don't even got to look at his numbers. You already know. Andrew Jones is one of them names. So it's like, yeah, I don't like Scott Rowland is cool. No disrespect to Scott Rowland, but I mean, how do you sit them out and then so I don't know. That shit is crazy.
So let me interject for next year, the 2024 ballot. You got Joe Mauer from the Twins, Chase Utley, when he played for the Rangers, and you got Adrian Beltre. That's for the 2024 ballot. And then you also have Mike, you'll like this one, David Wright. And then you got the Matt Holliday and Victor Martinez that played for the Tigers and the Guardians. Yes.
Indians.
Yes. So that's heading up for 2024. I feel like Major League Baseball oh my God, we got to pick somebody for the sake of just picking something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel
like this, instead of saying, okay, we won't have a ceremony this year in Cooperstown. We'll just have Fred McGriff. That's it.
It's Scott Rowland.
Yo, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say this, man.
Go ahead,
They should really somehow incorporate some of these guys. You should just be getting your number retired with the team that you played with. You are not a Hall of Famer in my book. Call me a hater. I don't care. I don't care. I'll say it just like
That's
that.
facts.
You gonna
Andrew
put
Jones-
in Fred McGriff and don't put in Andrew Jones? And I don't care how long you had to wait. Andrew, man, no.
That's that baseball writers thing. That's just like the NFL writers. They put whoever they wanted. They be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? He didn't want to take my interview a couple times. He had attitude.
Yeah, and that
So
and that
yeah,
has a
your
lot to
numbers
do
is
with
better, but you're gonna
lot
sit
of
a couple years.
politics.
They want to humble you. Like that shit is corny.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that.
And I love David Wright, but number on the wall, he's not a Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, he wasn't healthy
just
enough.
retire that jersey right there.
Yeah, do him a ceremony.
City Field, ring of
And
ceremony.
I love David Wright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wait, like Andrew Jones got like he's what 254 batting average? Career?
He got like 400 and something home runs.
Okay, he got 400 home runs.
I thought the magic number was 500. You want to be a Hall of Famer?
Exactly.
I thought it was 350.
No, 300.
I thought it was 2,000 hits and 350 home runs.
3,000 hits. If you got 3,000 hits or 500 home runs, that's an automatic lock. So it looks like things have absolutely D-Dub said the syllabus has changed.
It changes every year, it seems like. Dan said, when is Ricky Vaughn getting there?
Dorian also said, and this is a good point, they penalized Helton and Sheffield because they played in Colorado. What does that have to do with anything? Well, they can't help what they play at because the ball is my
baseball put it there.
They put him there.
If I didn't hit the ball there, then what? I get a bump.
So yeah, the writers sometimes I understand. What do you want? Major League Baseball put a team in Denver, Colorado, Mile High. Yes, so the ball is absolutely going to play differently. People's bodies are going to perform differently, right? They say anytime you play basketball up there, you got to be your win better be up playing against the Nuggets because you're going to be up and down the court. You're a mile high. The altitude is a mile high. So yes, things are going to be changing. So I understand that. That's a good point, DA. And me and him talked about that yesterday. So what's the problem? But this whole thing, like one of your guys said, it's all politics and politics. Instead of them just basing stuff on politics, I said it, on what the player does on the field, they are mad and upset because they didn't grant him an interview. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. So what do you want? Do you want somebody to be? I don't know. It's just whack. It's just whack, to be honest. So that's it for Major League Baseball. That's what I got, man. Hockey guys, NHL people. Hey, I'm your hockey guy tonight. I will be Dan. Well, in theory. I will be Dan in theory. We got a couple things that Dan gave me some notes to cover. He says we'll go over the Power 16 here in a second. The NHL All-Star Weekend is coming up. We'll be in Sunrise, Florida, which is in South Florida, right about 10 miles, about 15 miles north of Miami, Florida. And that's where the Florida Panthers play at. And they will be hosting the National Hockey League All-Star Game, the All-Star Weekend Classic. They got a couple of new skill events. They have here, let me read this. This is from the NHL website. The Chipotle NHL Pitch and Puck will have players combine their hockey and golf skills on a par 4 golf hole featuring an island green. 6 players will participate, the winner being the one who successfully sinks the puck ball in the hole with the fewest shots using a combination of hockey and golf shots. If there's a tie, the longest drive determines the winner. So that's one of them. In the Discovery NHL Tendy Tandem, 8 goalies will work in tandems, one shooting and the other in net Central versus Pacific, Atlanta versus Metro divisions. The shooting goalie from a division will take a shot from a designated mark and will be awarded 3 points if the shot goes in the hole.
Miss.
2 if it hits the in-net target, and 0 if it misses the net. The in-net goalie will face 1, 2, or 3 players, depending on points earned from the shooting goalie. Players start from center ice and must shoot on the rush. NHL shootout rules in general will apply. Play continues until all pucks have been shot and is repeated for the second goalie pairing, and the goalie tandem with the most points win. All right, and the third newest one is the Upper Deck NHL Faster Skating. This is,
We're not
I guess
doing
it's
hit or miss tonight.
no,
Miss?
it's a faster skater. That's kind of that's self-evident, right? I guess they're going back and forth on the ice. But that's with that. I'll go to the angry one. Your thoughts on the national high? Which All-Star game? I know we talk about this every year. Which All-Star game is the best? Do you like any of them? Do you think they should all go away? Your thoughts?
If I had to rank them, I would say baseball, hockey. I'm not even going to talk about the other two. Yeah.
Well, the NFL has went to flag football on the beach.
Yeah, I'd rather watch the kids outside play, running up and down the street. Yo, man, anything that they feel like that they can make the game better, I'll wait and see. I mean, it sounds good, but we'll have to wait and see if it actually keeps the interest of the fans. But I mean, we'll see.
Gotcha. Yep. So that's what will be that, and then of course you'll have the actual game, that will be on display on that weekend with the All-Star game. And then we also have in hockey, you also have the outdoor game. The second, they usually play 2 outdoor games, and then they'll have that one in Raleigh, North Carolina. You have the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Washington Capitals. So that's going to be a little bit after the All-Star game in mid-February.
I gotta get that Hurricane jersey.
Oh yes, if you go to the NHL hockey website, they got the outdoor hockey jerseys for that matchup between the Canes and the and the Capitals. Let me go to the Power 16 rankings. You still got the Bruins who are number 1 at 38-5-4. They was last week. They was number 1, playing real well. The Carolina Hurricanes, they're number 2. The New Jersey Devils, they're at number 3. You have the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are number 4. They beat my Rangers the other night. I'll talk about that. There was a goal in that game, like right off the face off. That was kind of ill how it was done. I'll get to that in a second. Maple Leafs are number 4. The Tampa Bay Lightning are number 5. The Dallas Stars are number 6. The Winnipeg Jets are number 7. The aforementioned my New York Rangers are number 8. The Seattle Kraken, they're hanging in there. They're number 9. The Colorado Avalanche, they're steady climbing. The champs, they're getting back. The Vegas Golden Knights, they're number 11. You got the Edmonton Oilers, they're number 12. You got the LA Kings, they're number 13. Dan, the toxic one, the hockey guy, his Pittsburgh Penguins are number 14. The Minnesota Wild are number 15, and the Washington Capitals rounded out at number 16. D-Dub, anything that alarms you with this, not alarms you, but strikes out with this Power 16? They're not going.
What else can I say? Boston, man. That those dudes are, they doing their thing. I mean, I think their record is probably the fastest. How many points they got? If I'm not
80. They're sitting at 80 right now.
Bro, I mean, come on. I mean, Boston got it all, first half. They've been putting that work in, so they're we'll see. It's almost, midpoint. We'll see what Boston can finish it up.
Let me read this. And Dan gave me this note today. He said the Boston, the Bruins record-breaking season so far, fastest to 80 points in a season 47 games with their 38-5-4 record. Previous best was the 1943-1944 Canadians and the 1979-1980 Flyers. Both teams that I looked up, they both won the cup that year. So, other notes from Dan. If you're hockey folks, so if you saw this weekend, the Vancouver's former coach Bruce Boudreau was fired and replaced with the Rick Tocchet, and he brings in Serge Genker and Adam Foote on the staff. As of now, the Canucks are paying Tocchet, Boudreau, and Travis Green as the other two were fired. They had $7.5 million wrapped up in head coaches. So when Dan told me that last night, I said, the Canucks sound like the NFL and how they're playing former coaches. D-Dub, you touched on that a couple of weeks ago. How do we just going to keep firing and just keep paying severance packages?
Hey, what was that? Who was the NFL about? I forget what was it was a crazy amount.
It was an insane
of
amount.
Money paid to coaches that's not
coaching no more.
Not coaching. They're just giving out bags of money. That's owner stuff. Owners own. But you start looking at this stuff and you be like, but what are y'all doing? And again, just because these guys got, they got money and they own a team doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're doing.
Nope.
And we see it countless times. Some of these guys have just lucked into getting money, or relatives pass away, whatever the case may be, and they own a team, and they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. So there you have it.
So real quick, I want to bring up the Canucks record real quick as I'm going through. Vancouver is currently 19-26 with 41 points. So they fired Boudreau over the weekend. I think the last game he was playing, I want to say, was Saturday. He was visibly crying because he knew the jig was up and he was getting replaced. And now, I'm not trying to be funny, man.
19-26, dog. Yeah.
Y'all are jerks, man. I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, yo, man. You said it, man. I mean,
I'm just going over what you said.
Yeah,
it's up. Time is up.
19-26 up, buddy.
You don't want to nobody see his job, but he was visibly shaken by it. And no, I'm not going there with y'all. I'm not going there. Let me go on some Dan.
Log off on me.
They tapped him. What did you say?
I don't know. Did you? I'm sorry, Mike. I lost you. What did you say?
He threw me off. Wow. I said they tapped him on the shoulder. Go ahead, log off on me. Go ahead. Just clock out. They told him.
That's pretty much what they did. Let's go Sharks. Okay. Appreciate Go Gadgets for tuning in. Yeah, San Jose Sharks, man. We appreciate that you tuning in. San Jose is they doing worse than Vancouver.
Might be next. They might be next. Chickens up in San Jose.
San Jose.
Yeah,
14-25.
25 in San Jose.
What's going on over there?
Appreciate Go Gadgets for turning in on the Twitch side. So let me get to some other notes. As I stated before, Philip Patel scored a rare goal, like I said, off a face-off in the Rangers and Leafs game, and that game was also what the Dan says. I'm just trying to read Dan's notes. Says this was nullified by a god-awful defense in overtime. We saw Mitch Marner skate around all three. He says all three orange coals, but he mean the defenseman for the Rangers, and that's how they scored the overtime goal. If you looked at that game, the Rangers were literally killing the Leafs in the first two periods, and then the Leafs started forechecking and started playing some serious hockey, and they wind up winning that game in overtime 3-2. Kris Letang returned to the Penguins lineup after the passing of his father. Rest in peace to his father, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists. The first was from the blue line, and the other one was a power play goal and an assist. And even strength goal and even strength assist and a game winner. And he had the game winner. Yes, he had the game winner for Kris Letang. So he was out for about 2 weeks, I believe, and he came back and pretty much did it up for his dad, man. So shout out to Kris Letang. Shout out to Dan K, our hockey guy who's not with us tonight.
No doubt.
I'm your hockey guy tonight. Appreciate you, Dan. This was very funny. Let's go Sharks, and the chick is up. Y'all are some funny guys, man. Y'all are some funny guys, man. So with that said, we covered the N.H.L. We're gonna go to the National Football League. The National Football League here that's coming up this weekend is Championship Weekend. Championship Weekend. We're gonna go over that. Before we go over Championship Weekend, we're gonna talk about some of the things that happened today. Mike Mills in the chat today. Mike, what did you say? I'm gonna lead up with you. What did you say that was sad?
What I said that was sad.
You said that, yes.
Oh yeah, I can't use that word on air because we're gonna get banned. But yeah, they made a insane move. They hired Mr. No Clock Management to play offensive coordinator. I don't see how that worked, but yeah. So Nathaniel Hackett was hired today by the Jets to be their offensive coordinator.
Right. Yeah. So Nathaniel Hackett was hired. Right. So there's been chatter and trade talks about the Jets trading for Aaron Rodgers. Right now, we don't even know if Aaron Rodgers wants to play. Jet fans, holla at me. Do you want Aaron Rodgers on the team? I mean, this is like Brett Favre 2.0, the same way. The same way. Jets, why would you want to do that? And he's owed a lot of money. A lot of money.
They got.
I hear you, Mike. It's better than what you got. But are you going to be able to keep what you got as far as players and stuff like that? Because they're going to want a lot for Aaron Rodgers. And that's going to be an almost win now. Now their defense is better than good. The Jets defense.
It's winnable.
Yeah, it's win now. It's a win now.
Oh yeah, the defense is a win nowable. Yeah, we didn't create a verb win nowable. Yeah, but the offense, as you can see, it sputtered. And quarterback play, we say all the time, is so important. If you don't have a quarterback, it's lights out. Really. So I'll give it to D-Dub. Your thoughts on?
Listen, Hackett went there. He's correction. He signed there. He got a job there with the Jets. I see what they're doing, but then I don't understand if this is the speculation is for trying to get
Rodgers, lure him there
because
he was his offensive coordinator in Green Bay. Correct.
Now I gave Hackett hell as far as being a coach. So maybe because remember we say just because you might be a good offensive coordinator, you may not make it good for a head coach. So he might just be in his lane and being
an offensive coordinator,
and it might help the Jets. Now, with that being said, if I'm a Jet fan, I am not going to go ahead and try to make a deal for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is 40-something years old, and I'm not about to sacrifice the whole team for this guy. Not right now. Even if the defense is a win now type of defense, I think we could do better than that.
Does he want to play though?
And does he want to play? And I ain't got time for somebody holding me hostage. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. You already played that one time before, like we said. I'm not doing it again. So, with that being said, I think the Jets need to, but the Jets are going to be the Jets. So, this is what they do. They'll do some crazy stuff like this. It might work for a year and a half, and then you back to sucking again.
Like if you don't remember, those who are old enough to remember, Marlon just put it in the YouTube chat. He said with Favre, it almost worked with the Jets, but he got hurt. Yes, he got hurt.
It's called that Saints defense that had that bounty on him and tried to kill him.
That was when he was in Minnesota, though.
Oh, that was Minnesota, right? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
When he
But
was with
he was just shelling himself by the time he got to the Jets, though, right? Is that correct?
No, the
that
Jets
was
was fresh off. That was the first stop. Fresh off retirement.
That
was when he was mid. They went 9-7.
Oh, that was his first stop. Okay, my bad. I'm getting the years confused. You're right. Right.
He went to the Jets first, and he almost pulled it off. And like Marlon said, he got hurt.
Did. Yeah, he did.
And then there you go. So, like I said, this is almost about to be Brett Favre 2.0 with the Jets being.
They hire Hackett to get Aaron Rodgers. That's what you're telling me.
This looks like what the play is. Yes,
I'm not hiring nobody whose offense couldn't score 18 points. Did y'all see that? Like the Broncos would have been like 10-1 if their team scored 18 points.
Mike, I'm not
hire him to be the defensive coordinator. Don't hire him to coach the offense. And then you're talking about Aaron Rodgers. A bad Aaron Rodgers is better than what they got in the locker room. Like I like Mike White. Do you think he's the guy? I don't think so. Zach Wilson,
I don't necessarily think he's the guy, but I do think that they could find something else. There's something else out there.
Mike White is the gap year guy. Wouldn't a gap year with Aaron Rodgers be way better than the gap year with Mike White? Don't you think so?
But what you gonna have to give up to get?
You just gotta make sure the price is right. I mean, they just got draft picks. Going to give us some draft picks. They'll figure it out. I don't want it, but I'm saying
give up.
Russell was not the problem in Denver. It was that coach.
He wasn't the only problem.
He wasn't the only problem.
He was a problem. He wasn't the only problem.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
1A. Russell was like number 3. He was like in the middle somewhere.
But like I was telling DA, it's better than what you got. But are you willing to sacrifice just to have one chip to get one chip?
Yes.
One. You willing to sacrifice one chip and then suck for 10 years? If you willing to do that, then fine. That's cool. I don't want to hear nothing though.
Or suck for the last. None of us was alive when Jets last won a championship. None of us. None of us.
That's a whole fact.
Do you think about that? None of us.
That's a whole fact.
I got a mortgage 5 years in the future to get this 70-year monkey off my back. You wouldn't do that?
So hold on. Let me ask Mike a question. Mike a question real quick. If you're the New York Football Jets, you the GM, you got 2 deals.
I would never be the Jets because my team don't lose.
Hold on. Just here. And the reason why I'm bringing you into this is because of your team. Okay. There's 2 quarterbacks that's we don't know if they're gonna be on the same team, anything like that. So I'm gonna ask you this question, sir, since you brought it up. Would you rather trade for Aaron Rodgers or would you rather trade for your man Lamar Jackson?
Of course, you're gonna take the younger one, right?
Okay.
Of course, I will go after the younger one, but it just depends on the bread. It just depends on what exactly do I have to give up? Are you telling me what do I have to give up? It just depends on what I got to give up.
And I would say this too, Aaron Rodgers. You was just starting to click with the offense that you have there in Green Bay. Do you really want to go somewhere else and have to start over and try to find that same cohesiveness with the Jets receivers? They got the rookie Garrett
Wilson. They got both the Wilsons, Garrett and Elijah. They got both them. They got Corey Davis.
Will they become
Elijah Wilson, Garrett Wilson was better than Christian Watson. Christian Watson scored more touchdowns, but look at the yards. Garrett Wilson was all over the place.
What I'm saying is that you just build cohesiveness. This is not Madden where you could just put a guy on the team and just think it's going to work.
I get what you're saying, but the thing is, the Jets dogs came out running from the jump because Garrett Wilson was eating from the moment they had a quarterback back there. It was the Packers offense with all that Looney Tune crazy shit, and they couldn't figure it out. The guys are not getting it. They're dropping ball. Aaron Rodgers throwing it all over the place. Brees Hall is a problem. I forgot to say that. Because Brees come out the backfield and catch.
And this is another thing. If you have a Mike White, you don't want to trade for Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to mortgage your whole your cap just for Aaron Rodgers, right? And whatever picks you got to give up. Mike White with a healthy Breece Hall, you don't never know. I mean, the Jets was looking pretty good when he was healthy running the ball. So there's a lot of ifs, man. It's a lot of ifs. If it was
It's
me,
a
if you
million
ask me,
Mike
no,
Whites
I
out
wouldn't
there.
do it. I wouldn't do it for no Brett Favre. I think this move it baffles me why the Jets would do it. But then again, it's the Jets. They'll be back next year. Hopefully, they'll have some they have some fuel in the tank before they try to take off because it's not going to look good.
I'm like, I'm like, that's a lot to mortgage. And does Aaron Rodgers want to play? Does the Green Bay Packers want to keep Aaron Rodgers? Are they going to start their young quarterback? What are they going to do? There's a whole bunch of things that needs to come into to play. And if I'm an owner, if I'm the Jets, I'm not. If I'm well, it's not Hess. Who owns the Jets? I forgot who owns the Jets now.
Woody Johnson.
Yeah, Woody Johnson. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. I see what you're saying, Mike. Yeah, we'll get one chip and then we'll suck for the next 15 years again.
Another 70 years.
Yeah.
They figured out.
1969 was the last time the Jets won the Super Bowl when they won. What was that Super Bowl 3 against the Baltimore Colts?
And like I was having a conversation with D. I was like, yo, and the NFL is different, man. It's not, again, these free agents, everybody moving pieces. I don't think we're going to when's the last? I mean, there's teams that's been close to doing it, getting back to back or back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that. When's the last time we seen a back to back? You don't see that too often. Yeah, in football.
One of the Patriots.
And look how long that was. But now with this, I mean, with everybody getting this money, you cannot, and especially at the quarterback spot, these guys are taking up a lot of money. You're not going to be able to just, pay the next dude. It's not working like that no more.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard. It's very hard, man. Football, I mean, it's parity. It's very hard to create a team, and what these teams are looking for now is paying these guys on the cheap. If they can find these rookies that come in and exceed, that's the whole game plan. Is to pay these guys on the cheap and be able to suck them dry and get what you can get, and it's all timing, trying to put all these pieces together.
So,
it takes it's talent. You have to be talented and looking at
and
what
you got to be lucky because injuries come into play and all this other stuff. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So, like the Eagles, right? It's they gonna have to start playing people next year, right? The LA
San Francisco
Rams
too.
The Niners too. The LA Rams. They got
They got the chip.
They push all their chips in the middle. They got their chip.
The Rams' problem ain't they put they never mind, because y'all know what the Rams' problem is. I don't know why y'all like to act like y'all don't know. I don't know why we do this.
Go ahead, Mike. What's the problem? What's the problem? I don't know.
The problem is they went and traded for Jared Goff, the older version of Jared Goff. You put him in the time machine and got Matthew Stafford. You got the same person. That's the Rams' problem. I don't know why y'all acting like y'all don't see that. Yeah, he won the chip. Of course he won the chip. That's what happens. You're older. Your experience. They're the same person. Jared Goff went to the. They the same person.
When they made that trade, they made I swear, like Matthew Stafford was like, now all of a sudden he's John Elway or
yes, absolutely.
Not to me. I told y'all.
I know not to you. What I'm saying is
us up here said
yes, the talking. We know what Matthew Stafford was, and he's been with the Lions. He was with the Lions all them years, and we've seen it all these years. And then all of a sudden, we have this coach, Timothy McVay.
No.
Oh no, my bad.
No, we get Timothy.
Timothy McVay was. Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's keep it on the rails, please.
Who is Timothy McVay? Y'all.
No, Mike,
go look
about it later.
Mike, Wikipedia. Look it up right now. Wikipedia. Nope.
Yo, but you get Sean McVay, and then all of a sudden, this guy.
I was hoping I was going to get Sean McVay on here for
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a hell of a jump. Wow. What is going on in your mind right now? Just scream. You need to. He is tripping. That is crazy.
I don't know how you got the two cross. That's why
I don't understand that news. What is
We gonna blame COVID. That's what we do. We blame COVID. Eddie Metal slips up. We blame COVID.
He's drinking that poppy wine again. That's what's going
Oh
on.
my god!
Put that cup down.
Cheers, bro.
I was like, wait a minute. No.
That is not his name,
Start
bro.
doing cup check before the show. He's tripping.
Yeah, Mike, you right.
Let me see if you.
Go ahead.
Let's just wrap this up. And then I would say, I guess to the fans that have been starving for a chip like the Jets, I guess it would make sense. Who am I to say, oh, you guys are crazy? If that's what y'all want to do, so be it. The LA Rams did what they had to do, and it wasn't just because of what you call him, Mike Matthew Goff. Because of all of the pieces that they basically mortgaged to get. And okay, now if you're a Rams fan, you better enjoy that one because it looked like you ain't gonna get one no time soon. So I get it, but I just wouldn't do it. So
yeah.
No, let me go on. Yahoo Sports again, Sam Cooper, Yahoo Sports. Frank Reich has landed another head coaching job after being fired mid-season by the Indianapolis Colts. Reich was announced Thursday as the next head coach of the Carolina Panthers. Reich, 61, played quarterback for the Panthers back in '95, the franchise first year. I remember that of existed as part of his 14-year playing career. He moved into the coaching world with the Colts in 2006 and worked his way through the ranks, including a notable stint as the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles when the franchise won its first Super Bowl after the 2017 season. From there, Reich spent part of his 5 seasons as the Colts head coach, amassing a 40-33-1 overall record with 2 postseason appearances. Now he's getting another shot with the Panthers, who finished 7-10 this season and having a young core of players, particularly on the defense. I'll start with D-Dub. With D-Dub, I'll start over you again because Frank Reich is this guy's name. Your thoughts on Frank Reich and why the Panthers did not maintain their ex-coach Wilkes, who was the interim.
Well, hey, Wilkes already got a lawyer on.
I saw that. Yeah,
he's already got a retained lawyer for the Carolina Panthers for not and saying there's a legitimate race problem. I don't know. Hey, again, you can't be mad at somebody who owns something and is hiring whoever they want to hire. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going there with it. I knew this was going to come. They really did. He had to win a playoff, get into the playoffs, and win a game in order to retain that job.
They still would have got rid of his ass.
You think so?
They would have got rid of him.
Yeah, I think they would have got rid of him because I don't think that's what they wanted.
Frank Reich got ties, and
Frank Reich got the ties. He got ties. He's ties in Charlotte. He has I think a daughter. Somebody works here for the organization. He has some ties here, so
politics, as Kev called it earlier.
So that's what you got. So now, with that being said, with the team needs somebody. They need a quarterback first of all, and then he's with his record of working with multiple quarterbacks. I could see why they went this route, But it's again they Panthers pulled the trigger and wanted to get somebody in here and get the ball rolling.
I don't know how true this was. I read something today where the players really wanted to retain Wilkes, and they were not pleased about the decision. Not saying Frank Reich can't coach, but they saw and if you Panther fans get at me, if you saw what had transpired with Matt Rule, they fired Matt Rule, they got rid of him. Probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. They got rid of him. Wilkes came in. Panthers almost made the postseason tournament to get it in. They got them playing hard, even after the McCaffrey. So if you think about it, right, the coach, even after they traded McCaffrey,
the quarterback, the running back, and the coach gone, and they still was there at the end. fighting for a
most
spot.
times when you have an interim coach, especially in football, they sometimes teams just mail it in, and that's it. I'm just waiting for the off season and get my check, and then I'll hopefully see who gets here next. And that's what happened. But that's what didn't happen here, and they was playing hard.
I mean, Wilkes had them 6-6
Yeah.
after a 1-4 start. So, and they fired Rule. He took over.
Y'all
So
know
I
what
mean,
the Panthers' problem is?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
The Panthers' problem is they always make moves trying to be like other people. They never stay the course. Like after Ron Rivera and Cam Newton, they always try to make the trendy pick or try to make the pick they think other people would do. If they stop worrying about other teams and worried about themselves, they could be all right.
Well, Mike, I think you have a new. Sorry, Ian, I'll let you get in here. So I think now because you have a new owner, who David Tepper is definitely different from the previous owner, and people do different things, and he's a hedge fund guy, and
Tepper
so
never. Yeah. Again, just because you got money doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
Go
right.
get you some football guys.
No, I totally
I
agree.
agree.
When I said hedge
We went
fund
and got
guy,
a hockey guy, right? So go get you some football guys. Did we not? When we talk about golf, we went and got a golf guy, right? Go get you
Mike
some
makes it
football
sound
guys.
easy, don't he?
Mike,
Is
go
it
ahead.
not?
Talk,
I mean, it's
talk,
hard.
boy.
Is it? It's hard.
It's the truth.
Go get you some football guys. Go get you somebody that know more than you know about the topic, and you be all right. Go get you some football guys.
That's what you're supposed to do. But
How hard
again,
is that? Go get you some football guys.
I mean, we can end the show right there on that note, but I can't. But Mike is absolutely 1,000% right when he says that. And sometimes a owner's ego, you look down in Dallas with the Cowboys, right?
And in Washington,
In Washington, New York City with the Knicks.
Washington, that's different. They nasty, but
Their ego, the ego of the owner sometimes takes over, and they don't want to hear anything. So, no, Mike is absolutely 1,000% right. So, yeah, so Frank Wright is the pick, and like D-Dub said, he has some ties to the city of Charlotte. And he used to play here, like he says. And I don't think it's a bad pick, but I think if Panthers fan and being and I had some ties there to the city, it would have been nice for Wilkes to still be the head coach for the Panthers, and that's all I got to say on that.
it's just
Mike, your
mighty
thoughts?
funny.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's mighty funny how some guys, cough cough, will have a team rallying behind them, and they get shuffled to the side, and then you have other guys that do the same thing, and they're put on a pedestal. Oh, look at the Detroit Lions. He has them playing so hard. Okay, granted. Look at the Carolina Panthers. He got them playing so hard. Oh, sorry. Move it
Fire.
along. Move it along, sir. We got somebody else.
they got a lawyer for that. But yeah,
Different strokes for different folks. It is many people will tell you, if you listen, that it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And it's sad that obviously Steve Wilkes does not know many people in the NFL because he got shuffled out the door in Arizona and he shuffled out the door here in Charlotte, in Carolina. So what is a guy like Steve Wilkes, who had guys playing hard but didn't have the horses, is supposed to do? Where is his opportunity to go and come from? When you got some guys that are just sucked in and spit back out and sucked back in and spit back out and get these jobs almost because of their daughter twirls their hair. I'm just saying.
sounds like he needs to go to XFL.
I was about to say that. VLAX says Tepper wants to win now and made mass mistakes after mistakes, one mainly being Rule. Hey, no doubt about that, brother. That the fact that they picked Matt Rule, who was wishy-washy to begin with, He comes in here, doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and he's another one that's collecting a lot of money for a severance package
$50 million
from the
is
national.
a lot of money. Yeah, $50 million.
You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely standing tall at the ATM. And, it is what it is when it comes to that. XFL, yes, the XFL will be coming up after the NFL season ends. So let's, our last topic here, we'll talk about Championship Sunday. Championship Sunday, you got the first game, you got the San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles. That game's in Philadelphia. Then you have the 6:30 game, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll go around here. I'll start with myself. The Niners played a very good game. The Niners did not score a touchdown till the third quarter. After that catch by that fumble and bumble and stumbling catch by their tight end, Kittle. And after that, they scored, and the Cowboys didn't have nothing for the Niners. This will be a very, very hard task for the Niners to go out to Philadelphia, and I think it's going to be a very good game. I think the Eagles, though, they have a lot of weapons, as we saw as they destroyed my Giants last week. But the Niners can win this game. I just think they got to play ball control. If they stick to running the ball and do what they did, they can beat the Eagles. But Eagle fans, y'all got a lot of weapons. I'm going to pick the Eagles. I pick the Eagles. They're going to win this game. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'll go to the angry one. Who you got? Championship Sunday.
As a fan, this is one of the matchups, at least on paper, that I'm licking my chops. Can't wait for it to start. Because you have a very balanced. You have two very, very balanced teams. Most look mirrored to one another, except for you got a MVP caliber quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and you have a rookie quarterback that's playing just as good as anybody else in the league. So I said a long time ago that I believed in San Fran when that defense got healthy. And I have to keep on going with San Fran. I like Philadelphia. I won't be mad at either one of these teams win, but I gotta stay with my pick, and that would be the Niners.
Okay. E's rolling with the Niners. Mike Mills, Niners against the Eagles. Who you got?
The thing about the playoffs is it's never about who's the best team. It's about who's the hottest team. And the Niners are on fire. They scorching. Like Jalen Hurts had some time to rest up from the little injury, and he looked good. And he really didn't have to do too much against the Giants, so he well rested. But I still think the Niners is going to go ahead and win that.
Gotcha. So you picking the Niners. I'm picking the Eagles. E, you picked who again? I'm sorry. You picked the
Niners.
D-Dub, who you got?
Yo, I'm going with the best team all year long. It's been the Philadelphia Eagles. So Eagles, see the Eagles winning. I think it's going to be a close game. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners pull it out. So with that being said, I'm gonna roll with the Eagles, man. They made the Giants look disgusting. It wasn't even funny. But Eagles has been rolling all year long. So again, as the great philosopher, the DA said, you've been driving for 30 years. You don't forget how to drive. I
True.
thought that was pretty good. But I'm going with Philly. If I was to give a score, last week's game was good. That was a good between.
That was an old time.
That was an old, yeah. Dallas. Shout out to Dallas. That was Dallas and
It's up the end. I don't know what Dallas is doing. Yeah.
19-12.
Yeah. 19-12.
No shout out to Dallas. No shout out.
No, just for the game. The game was good. It was a decent game. It wasn't a great game. It was a decent game. I could see something like that. A very defensive game. A 19-12. 17-13 game.
Gotcha.
Philly.
Okay. We'll go on to the game at 6:30. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to Kansas City and face the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes in a press conference yesterday said he was coming along with his ankle injury. We will see come game time because he looked like he sustained a high ankle sprain, and he was notably limping during his time while he was still out there playing. And they wrapped up his ankle real tight. We'll see. But as far as the Bengals in this game, the Bengals and the Chiefs, Bengals beat them last year. I think the Bengals going to get them again. And yes, this game is in Kansas City. I think the Bengals are going to get them again. And I see this game probably Bengals 24, Chiefs 17. They beat them by a touchdown. Because I think the Bengals defense will hold up enough to beat it. And Joe Burrows is playing pretty good, in my opinion. I think they'll get them. Bengals 24, Chiefs 17. Bengals back to the Super Bowl. It'll be the Bengals and the Eagles. D-Dub, your thoughts on this game?
Total in agreement with you, Phil. I got Cincy rolling over Kansas City this weekend. I don't think Kansas City is good, but I think Cincinnati has their number. They have beaten them the last three tries, if I'm not mistaken. And they Cincinnati's able to beat them at home. They beat them at home last year. I think they could do it again. They've been, as Mike said, the hottest team. They've been one of the hottest teams. Cincinnati has. So I say it continues.
Okay. We got E, the angry one. Who you got, bro?
Yo, I apologize to this team on Monday. Was it Monday? Monday, yeah. During our fourth and short segment because this is one of the teams that I had for our season, well, not preseason, but pre-regular season.
Start of the season,
research, our
Yeah.
research picks and all this other stuff, and I really did not see Cincinnati coming this far. Yet and still, I will say it again. My apologies. Y'all have proved me wrong. And I think they are going to prove the Kansas City fans and that team wrong. And I think Cincinnati, I agree with D-Dub. I think Cincinnati has Kansas City's number. And as much as I want to have Kansas City back and let San Fran beat the crap out of them for that Super Bowl that escaped them a few years back, I think this will be Cincinnati's year. I think it'll be a 34-27 game. Cincinnati on the road.
Gotcha. Shout out to V-Lac. He says he got the Eagles and Bengals going. Shout out to my man Marlon. Marlon says he's got Philly and Kansas City going. Mike Mills, who you got there, my brother?
As much as it pains me and tears my heart apart to say this, like I said before, it's not always about who's the better team. It's about who's the hotter team. And Cincy is hot like fish grease. And they running the ball. Because Kansas City pass rush is going to overwhelm that Bengals O-line. Because that Bengals O-line is makeshift. But the way they running the ball, they're gonna go ahead and beat them. So I'm taking Cincinnati over the Chiefs. I'm not going to give you a score, but I'm taking Cincinnati over the Chiefs.
Gotcha. Cincinnati over the Chiefs. Like I said, I think hopefully both games will be good and entertaining. That's what you want when you have these games. And hey, should be a definitely good one. Championship Sunday, man. Hey, great show as usual. This is a really great show, very funny show. These guys are really funny. Just to piggyback on what Mike Mills said a few minutes ago, and we're so serious when we say this, and why I'm glad that we have the opportunity to come to you every night. I mean, not every night. Not every night, but every Thursday and Mondays. And I'm so serious about and when I say this about, it's a sports podcast show, the Sports Chasers. And when Mike says, I don't know hockey like that, I know it, but I went and got a guy that loves and knows hockey. got Dan. We got Derwin, who does the golf. We know NBA basketball, but we have somebody who's an enthusiast of NBA basketball. So, hey,
Enthusiast is a perfect word.
Yeah, that's a
Because
great word.
ain't
Yeah,
none of us
yeah.
enthused at all. We jaded at this point. We bitter baby mamas, motherfucker.
I'm enthused for some guys to finally retire. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
But and that's what is all about, man. Whether who you watch in the morning, whatever, that's near here. But I'm so grateful and thankful for those that have tuned in. If you like what you're hearing, please, 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 by all means, tell somebody. Let them know that hey, there's something that's really refreshing to watch without all the other stuff. Them guys really are fans, and they talk about sports, and they give it to you in a button-up style sometimes, and it'd be funny as hell as D-Dub did about 20 minutes ago when he said what he said. And if you have Wikipedia, you're like, oh my God, how did he make that mistake? But it was funny, needless to say, man. So I am very appreciative. I'll give it back. We'll start out our last thing, our parting shots. I'll start with the angry one. What you got for us, brother?
It's always great show. Another Thursday night has come and gone for the sports chasers. Thank all that were that tuned in YouTube on Twitch, Facebook, all of that. We appreciate y'all. If it wasn't for y'all, we would be here, but we wouldn't be where we at now. Um, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So shout out to y'all. We thank y'all very, very much. Always remember, like, share and subscribe if you will, please. It does not cost you a thing, just like it does not cost you to take care of your fellow man and woman and child. And everybody be safe, man. And shout out to the sports chasers. Shout out to us for doing the damn thing and staying the course. Mike asked a question about the Carolina Panthers, after Riverboat Ron and Cam left. How they seemingly just fell apart and they just making all these crazy decisions because they didn't have an identity. We here at Sports Chaser have an identity. We give you the sports, the facts about the sports, and our opinions about those facts and what we see. We're not trying to steer you one way or the other. We give it to you the Sports Chasers way. This is the angry one. Good night.
D-Dub, what you got for us, bro?
Yo, good show. Great show, as always. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Yo, man, keep it coming. Tell us what you like, hate, don't like, whatever it is. Give us the feedback. Smash that like button. Subscribe, share, all that great stuff. See you next week.
Mike Millie, what you got for us there?
Shout out to us being here. Shout out to those of us that couldn't be here, but that's in the comments floating around. Shout out to you, the viewers. Follow us. What other social media? Follow us, like us, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do. And take care of yourself. Take care of your chickens. And my album coming next month. I'll give you a date in another week or two, but next month.
Take care of them chickens. Them eggs is high, bro.
Eggs high as hell.
Eggs is high, bro.
Hey, Dan. V-Lax said he's gonna get you back. He said, I will get my payback.
Payback.
Yeah, Dan was real foul at the end. That's all right. Yeah. He's gonna get his. He's gonna get his, man. Again, shout out to everybody that's listening and whoever they download the podcast. When you get it on, of course, Apple or any other major podcast platform, we are out there. We're doing it. And I appreciate these guys so much, man. This has been a real heck of a journey doing this from when we started, and just doing the podcast in my bedroom. And it was just funny. How we doing? You got something, D-Dub? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was telling, shout out to V-Lac. Yo, he said great job. I was going to say, hopefully he doesn't wear that Shannon Sharp house coat when he goes to see the toxic one.
That was a jiggy house coat. I ain't gonna lie.
That was anyway. I ain't got nothing, Kev.
Gotcha. Nah, again, appreciate everybody. Like you said, that's watching the YouTube. Remember to like D-Dub and the rest of the guys said, hey, hit that like button, like and subscribe. Also, we're on all major podcast platforms. You can find us, Sports Chasers. You want to hear tonight, or you want to go back 2 or 3 years ago, and you want to, absolutely. But like I said, I appreciate doing this. This is absolutely a good thing. We got a good thing going on here, man. And hey, you want to hear real sports talk? Get at us. Hey, in 2 weeks, 4th and short after the Super Bowl, guess what, y'all? We'll be live and we will all be in the building acting like a fool together in 2 Mondays from this coming Monday, the day after the Super Bowl. All the sports chasers will be in studio, live. Videographer, photographer,
Yeah.
everything. We gonna be doing it live. All 6 of us will be there cutting up, doing what we do when it
The
comes to
fourth and
sports.
longest hell, once again.
Oh no, well yeah,
Longest.
Mike, it's gonna be 4th and long as hell. Yes,
Fourth and
absolutely.
longest
First in a
hell.
mile.
Yes. So absolutely look out for that. But it will be the Monday after Super Bowl. It will be in the morning. Is TBD to be determined as far as the time. We will be letting you know, but it will absolutely be a great show. Look out for the Sports Chasers. All 6 of us in the building. We'll be live. I'm pretty sure it's going to be funny. But you're going to get your sports too, man. But hey, great show as usual. We missed the DA tonight. We miss the hockey guy, Dan. Appreciate you guys, man. Again, appreciate all those that been watching tonight on YouTube channel. Those who listen to us who download the podcast platform. Thank you. Appreciate you so much, man. But hey, I ain't got nothing else, man. But excuse me, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Owan, your host and moderator for the angry one. And D-Dub, Mike Mills, in their absence, the DA, Dan K, our hockey duo. I'm Kevin L. Warren, man. This is the Sports Chasers podcast. Hey, 4th and short, Monday, 9 o'clock. Look for us as we discuss Championship Sunday, 4th and short on this upcoming morning. Check for us. This is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. And we out. Peace.
What's up, everybody?